everybody, and welcome to a special edition episode. Pull on in, episode.
Sip that tea, bro.
Of Flagrant 2. We got the champ in the building,
Champ
bro.
is
We
here.
got the champ in the building.
Champ is here.
Izzy is in the motherfucking building. Okay. I am Ekun. I am Ekun.
When it came out the brand, I was like,
Yo, pull up, bro.
Pull all in, bro.
Yo,
Pull all in,
okay,
man.
so for everybody in the world probably
Hold on,
seen
we're not-
clips.
we're not properly-
Not yet. We're not yet. Everybody in the world right now has probably seen clips of Izzy's fight. Some people are saying best fight in UFC history. Most people saying top 5 in UFC history.
Yeah.
I thought the fight night, those two fights, your fight against Gastelum and the Poirier fight against Holloway, those were the two best fights that I've ever seen on the same card. Meaning boxing, MMA.
To me, back to back.
I've
like,
never
after your
seen
fight, I was like,
anything.
damn, what's gonna top that? And it's like, oh shit.
I've never seen anything. I mean, that was the best thing for the UFC. I mean, we had a whole episode that we just dropped, I guess, when we were recording this yesterday. And it was, I mean, we were just talking about how important that fight was, and especially you have been for the UFC. I'm so fucking... Now, we hung out last night, so I'm repeating a lot of shit that I said to you, but I am so fucking proud of you, stoked for you, excited for you. And when I saw you go out there, especially in that 5th round, and fucking dig,
man,
bro.
Honestly,
You looked in.
Show the clip,
I
because
saw the Instagram you put up today, and it was like, yo, I was ready to die.
honestly, man, like, and when I say that, I don't mean that like, you know, a lot of people say that like, I'm willing to die. And I'm like, I said it to myself, like, if this is how I go, because I've lost friends. I've lost Monu from training. Willman, he actually died in the ring.
Wow.
And Jamie VDK is one of my best friends who passed away. So like, for me, I was like, yo, if this is how I go out, this is how I go out. But
Fuck, man.
That's warrior shit.
yeah, like, because I didn't even know I was down to. I knew I lost that last round, the 4th round.
I thought even that round was close, to be honest with you. I thought that was
Apart
close.
from the head kick, but
Outside the head kick, I thought you were good.
Composure. Yeah, let's play that. Let's
Yeah,
play
this is
that.
it right here.
Yeah.
Wait, so and those I do my own stunts. I make my own clips. I do my own raps. The whole intro. Play that. Let's hear it. Turn it up.
Okay, now you're posting a clip of Gastelum hitting you. Oof. That elbow should have sat him down.
Yeah.
Back to back. He's
This
a tough motherfucker, man.
Yeah, he took
motherfucker.
some
That was
shit.
a head kick. In the
That was a
4th
head
round.
kick.
And listen,
Wobbled
words.
you a little.
Last of my kind. The
Shit.
Avatar on that Jinchuriki status. Yo, take a seat. Let me preach to you real quick, all right?
Bang, bang, bang.
I've been at the top of my game,
It's all hard, man.
and I've hit rock.
Oof.
Come
Bro,
on,
this is some epic shit right here.
this movie type shit. You can't write
I'm
this.
fucking hyped, bro.
Who was there when you
Rocky who?
Yeah. Oh, build the wall.
Next part.
Go to part
Oh, yeah,
2,
so
son.
hit
Go to
this,
part
this
2,
right,
son.
this right.
Yeah,
There you go.
Press
Keep it playing.
play.
Ed and bad at the internet.
Come on,
you gotta-
keep
Yeah.
when you were struggling to eat?
Who was?
Who?
Uh,
Man,
I don't know how they didn't call the fight here.
They gotta turn off.
Jesus.
Look at.
Always
Jesus.
self-preservation is the strongest instinct in the human animal.
Bro,
Oh.
for real.
But at the end of the day, though, you're never as good as they say you are, and you're never as bad as they say you are.
Testify.
All the fuck that matters is how you see yourself. And when I wake up every morning, I walk to my mirror, I read my affirmations, and I look at the man in the mirror. You know what I see? I see a king. A king that's about to hit God mode.
God mode. Let's go.
Let's go.
I can't wait, honestly, because I already knew all this was coming, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a documentary.
Yeah.
About my life. You know, McGregor did one.
Yeah.
Notorious, and then, bro, my ending for the first documentary is gonna. This is lit.
Oh,
this
my
bit right here.
gosh.
You couldn't have written a better ending to a movie. You know what I mean? Fuck, I can't wait, man.
You say this quite often. You say, I knew this was going to happen. Mm-hmm. What do you mean?
Okay. We're in the Matrix, you know that.
Yes, of course.
So, I think the first podcast I listened to this year was you and Duvall, and we're talking about this last night as well, where it just, a lot of things just kind of be showing themselves. Since my 28th birthday, I had like a metamorphosis, and I felt like instantly, okay, the right people started coming in my life, the wrong people started leaving, the right people started leaving my life, and all these other things started to make sense. And everything that I've just put in my head and said I wanted to do, I've just manifested. It's weird. It's not weird anymore. It's like, it's weird for me to say sometimes, but now I just have to accept it. Like, well, I told y'all, like, it is what it is. You know, you just have to accept it know, okay, I'm the avatar. A lot of people try and shy away from it. Like, they don't want to be in the spotlight. They don't want to accept the responsibility of being this guy. But I'm like, hey, look, I'm not going to be your guru. I'm not your hero, but I am me. This is what I do. So, yeah, like I said, I've been expecting all this. And
when you first realized, that the things that you wanted to happen could happen, it's a surreal feeling, isn't it?
Yeah.
How long did it take you to accept that there wasn't luck, that this is you tuned into your own destiny?
Probably a few years. Like, it was in and out. I'll tune into it. Yeah. Maybe I'm lucky. Maybe, it was this person that helped me. But then eventually, since, like I said, my 28th birthday, something happened. And it just like, I felt like I became a man in a weird way. I felt like I started to, like, I came from like just being a not teenager, but a boy. And then I started to own my manhood, own myself, own my destiny, who I wanted to be. So, yeah. Fuck, it's crazy though, man. Like, a lot of people, whenever I still get chills sometimes. I get goosebumps thinking about it because from my perspective, from 18 years old, I started doing this shit with Muay Thai. And then after like fight number 4, I was like, I could be the best at this. I could be the best in the world. And that quote with Ali, he said, I'm the greatest. I said it before I knew I was. That resonates with me because I was just like, I feel like I could be the greatest.
Yeah.
I feel like I could. Then I was, all right, let's just prove it. You just have to do it. You can't just like, there's no like, this ain't like eat, pray, love. What's the thing? Believe it, achieve it. You have to do the work.
It's
the secret.
It doesn't just fall out of the air. You've been putting in work for a long time.
Exactly. So if you have it in here and then put the work in there and you still stay true to who you are authentically, the world is yours. The universe is yours.
What's this week been like for you? Because I know, like, people knew who you were going into the fight. You had a lot of hype, but this is taking it to a whole
You were here a few
level.
months ago. One of the hoes banging at the door.
We should stay. I don't know if y'all were here in the beginning of this episode, but we're about to start the episode, right? We're right about to start it. Now,
knocks.
we've been recording in this studio for, I think, a couple years, right?
We're going on 2 years now.
I think that I've had a relative amount of fame for about 2 years. Never has a Puerto Rican woman.
She was bad too.
Banged on the door to stop the podcast recording. Right? Kaz, you went out there.
I went up there because it was a little dainty knocks. I'm like, who the fuck is this?
We tried to send someone intimidated. Yeah. We're like, Kaz gonna put a stop to this. Because she looked right through Kaz. She was like, is Izzy there?
She was like, I'm sorry, I'm a big fan.
How hilarious would it be if it was Izzy?
The callback.
Izzy. We brought her. We flew her in. Izzy, I want it now.
That right there, fuck the fights. That lets you know how far you've come.
Izzy. This girl was pressing so hard, she kept going, my boyfriend loves you. As she's shaking, holding his shit.
Around your waist, 2 hands.
Just look right at Izzy and goes, I will see you again.
Yeah.
When a Puerto Rican says that, she mean it, bro. Be careful. She already pregnant.
I couldn't even say, I swear there was no saying no to her too. As soon as she walked out, I was like, yeah, you should probably
She's been to Weinstein,
What's her name again?
She'll find you, dog. She'll find you.
Yeah, she'll definitely find you. She ain't gonna let you leave. She knows you're here.
Yeah, I'll say what's up on the way out.
You on another fucking level, bro. You're on another fucking level. But it is a fascinating experience to see someone accept their destiny and kind of take it in their own hands. And I keep hearing you say, even with us when we're talking or in interviews, how you knew that this was going to happen. And often leaders are the first ones that know that they are a leader, right? Like, not to put people on big, like Martin Luther King knew he was the shit before people knew.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Jesus knew who he was before everybody else knew, right? So what I've realized has often happened is like people around you that hear you saying that you're going to do these things and they're skeptical, right? Even your close friends, even your team.
100%.
And then they have the come to God moment, right? That they eventually have this moment where they see you do something that they didn't even know you had in you. And then they're like, okay, whatever he says. Have you noticed this with even your close?
Not yet, because I haven't gone back home. But already from the interactions that I've had a little bit, I already know. Because last time after New York, I went back home. What we always do after a fight, Eugene, our coach, he'll the Monday after sparring, you still come and you thank your sparring partners. Because we're in a circle doing abs, and after that you stand up and then give a speech. And the last time, I remember I said, like, look, you guys don't start treating me different. Because already outside the gym, people were already treating me differently. And, people, like, what did he say? People will try and, like, assume you've changed.
Yeah.
So they will change to,
it's
like,
the people
to
around
adapt
you
to
that
your
change
assumed
first.
change.
I'm like, keep that same energy. I'm still me. Right. You know what I mean? I'm still me. So why you tripping? And yeah, I just told them, like, look, don't start fucking being groupies because you're my friends.
Yeah.
And if I check people for that, I'm like, why are you acting like a groupie? Stop and like
bust balls.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, be, you know, I'm still me. So still keep me in your heart as who I am. You know, because I forget all the time I'm on TV, man. I forget all. Like yesterday, I was walking down the street and some guy goes, "Holy shit." This is after the Yankees game, and I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" He's like, "Stylebender." I was like, "Oh yeah, that's right."
I'm in.
Yeah, you're a little easy to recognize right now.
That showy face.
It's like any other time you might have been able to slip through. It's like, oh yeah, no, that's definitely the guy I watched.
Right now, like at the airport, normally I never like flex or anything. I hate flexing, but I kept on getting weird looks. So I'm just like, you should see the other guy. They're like, what?
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
But then like I think they might be thinking like, oh, but he lost. So I'm just like, hold up, let me just.
Can we show the merch?
I was about to
As
say,
you said, the merch. Because this is
So fucking ill.
Oh God, bro! He brought it, fellas.
Yeah,
the belt
ready,
is here, yo.
Unzip that shit, boy.
That's the Janet Jackson.
Take that titty out, bro.
Oh,
Take that titty out. You've been blacked. Where's Tiana Trump?
Yes, sir. Let him know. God damn, that's beautiful.
That's heavy, man.
That's beautiful.
That's heavyweight.
Oh,
Feel
let me
that.
see that. Let me see that. Oh, son, this
Change the belt. Hey, fuck everybody who keeps saying like, oh, the new belt.
No. This
Power
the real
Rangers.
deal.
Hey, when I watched fucking, I wanted to be the Black Ranger. I am the Black Ranger now.
Yeah, you that guy.
Son,
You
this
Voltron
shit
out this
right
bitch.
here.
God
Voltron,
damn,
yeah, for
that's
real.
a beautiful piece
Son,
of
no,
hard
all
work.
right, let's put this on a
Let's put it
table,
right
bro,
there.
because this is yeah. Set it up right.
Jesus Christ.
So that's
Nice.
history. Like that is history.
For real though, man. Honestly, like from like at the end of the day, fuck this thing. I don't care. It's moments like excuse me, still burping. It's moments like that. Moments like the fight
Yeah.
itself. That's what drives me to do this shit. The challenges. I can go buy this online, I'm sure. I can go make one. I know some people, but
Right.
it's what it signifies.
Some
More
African
money.
shit to say.
Yeah. Nigerian shit to say.
Yes, sir.
My uncle would make
Everybody knows.
My uncle will make one now.
Oh boy, it's like cousins right now.
What do you mean it doesn't fit? It fits.
That Ghana jollof. Hold up. I need to. Where was that from? I need to try this. I'm gonna be the
We
next.
told
Yo,
them
we
to
tried to
come.
get you some
get
today.
some
They didn't
just now,
respond, man.
bro.
We were trying to get you some.
YPK Cooks. I DM'd them on Instagram. I'm gonna call them out right now. They didn't
she's a personal
respond.
chef. She
All
dope as
no
hell.
worries. I need to know. Also,
Also-
that wache. Cause see, why do they even want to jump on? Have you tried wache?
Nah, what's that?
That's Ghana's like jollof. We have jollof. That's
Yeah.
like their thing. And when I lived in Ghana for like a year, that was wache and shito. Wow.
Now the people who had the Accra restaurant, they bought
Yeah.
the Ghanaian
Okay.
jollof, whatever. So, but it was more like Nigerian shit because there wasn't much.
I'm
in it.
sure
It
there
was
was a
just
Nigerian chef.
Yeah.
I was like, it's a Nigerian chef cast.
Yeah.
Just tell them.
They was
know,
going
man.
so hard. It was like, nah, this is Ghana. I'm like, nah, like my mom makes this shit. This is
Yeah.
Nigerian shit. I was like, all right, whatever. I ain't gonna. You're the one who runs the restaurant. I ain't gonna tell you what it is.
Hold on. Why were you living in Ghana for a year?
So before we moved,
Tired of the scams. You knew you were gonna be successful. You had to get the fuck out.
I
Okay.
thought that's what Nigerians
actually,
threaten their kids with in Nigeria. Outside Nigeria, like, we're gonna send you back, man. Yeah, you going to Ghana?
go and try that jollof. No, but like, we were gonna move to the States, obviously in 2001. Then 9/11 happened, right? So, but we moved to Ghana for like the interim, like. Pun.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, because
Get it, interim.
let's go. Hey, fuck it, fuck it, my man. I'll tell you one thing.
Fuck the dumb shit.
How many times I fought in the last year? Exactly. How many times he fought in the last 3 years?
No.
Exactly.
We don't use that.
There it
You're
is.
the champ.
I'm
If
the
you
champ.
can't show
Even
up,
like Ash sent me. We made some T-shirts real quick. He's like, what do you want to change? Is there anything you want to add? And I was like, get the fuck that interim out.
Nah, you're the champ.
World middleweight UFC champion.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
But you watch that fight and you got the nerve to call somebody an interim champ after that fight.
Exactly,
Fuck
dude.
that, bro.
That's
very
the thing,
simple.
man.
You wanted to fight. You want to fight, defend your belt.
They said like, well, okay, wait till when I first debuted. Okay, wait till he fights a proper, wrestler. I fought a Italian juice head who I think he's even suspended right now because he popped the Italian I fought. I fought him. I know his name.
We're not giving.
Yeah. Like literally, he popped. So after that, okay, wait till he fights a top 10 guy, Brad Tavares. Or wait till he fights a wrestler, Derek Brunson, New York, MSG, NCAA, all that kind of shit. Smoked him. Or wait till he fights. Oh, okay, Anderson Silva, former champ.
Smoked him.
And then now what? So okay, wait till top five, and then.
But that's the penalty. That's the penalty of greatness.
Exactly.
There's always going to be the.
They want something. You know what they want?
Afterwards.
They want me to lose.
Exactly.
They want me to lose. But hey,
I think this fight.
pick a number, stay in line.
Hey, those motherfuckers that want you to lose pay the same price of admission, bro.
Yo,
thanks.
Keep that in mind.
I tell them, man. I say,
price.
look, you're not gonna pay money. You paying attention. And attention.
That's a
There
bar.
we go.
That's all it goes, man. You ain't paying money, bro. Don't worry, it's more.
Speaking of paying attention, I got to bring it up.
Yeah.
Somebody's been paying attention to you.
Who that?
Before you fight, John
Right.
Jones.
Oh, John, yeah.
He has some things to say.
Yeah.
He say, go and take care of the little kids, but when you're ready to step up to the big dogs, he says he's gonna be waiting for you.
All right, I'll put it this way. I even told Andrew, this is it. So he's a senior in high school, right? And there's this young, good-looking black freshman who coming up on the scene. And within a year, snatch some gold. He's like, how you think the senior's gonna feel? Yeah. All the attention is getting away from him. So what's he gonna say? So he's the one to drop my name first. I was chilling, minding my own business. I didn't say anything publicly. But 2 weeks prior, after my silver fight, almost immediately after, like maybe 2 days after, I was just talking to him. I was like, well, I've done that. That was something I wasn't expecting in my career, to fight Anderson Silva, the guy who actually fucking got me into the game. He got me, yeah. So I was like, I don't know, something just said, just John Jones. And I was like, to Eugene, how do we beat John Jones? Because I knew, I was like, okay, well, let's go for it.
Happen,
but like just slow key though. I wasn't like putting it publicly, just like prepping for it already. Like I need a new challenge now. Yeah. And then he kind of like, you worried about that guy? Da-da-da. And he kind of gave me the blueprint and then said, don't worry, we'll focus on Gaslam for now. And then his fight week, he drops my name on TMZ saying he'd want to fight me at some point. No one even asked him. They just say, is there anyone? Then he asked him a question about me directly. They said, is there anyone you'd like to face in the future potentially? And he's like, and he drops my name. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I got receipts. So I put a screenshot of the message between me and Eugene 2 weeks prior. And then eventually people kept on asking about that. I'm just like, look, that's not even like on my radar right now. Let me do what I want to do at 185 first. And he's a smart man. He's a smart man. There's a reason.
He's a businessman too, man. He sees what's happening.
Exactly.
He sees the tea leaves.
There you go.
Like,
he knows.
Yeah.
So and also one thing, he's trying to get at me now while I'm still a freshman.
Right.
He doesn't want me to get better. Because look, I've had six UFC fights now. Each one exponentially better every single time. Even this last fight, dude, 5th round. In the 5th round, I think I heard him with I faked the low kick and I popped him with a 2.
Yeah.
And then rocked him. Then he shot for a takedown. Snatched his neck.
Yeah, the guillotine.
But then, got the guillotine. And then he escaped it. And he hit me with this roll that he hits everyone with. And I was like, he's not going to get me with it because I'm not going to be on his back. And then from that roll, I just floated into a triangle. And the only reason that triangle didn't cinch up properly was it was over my foot, but also I couldn't get it over my ankle because I fucked my knee up during training camp. So like I was like, man, do I want to risk hurting my knee more for this triangle that? And I just kind of like, okay, I'll sweep him. Yeah, exactly. So I swept him, and we got back up. So, I mean, hey, I'm getting better, man, every single time. You haven't even seen my takedowns. No one's even seen my takedown game. I'm just, hey, if it ain't broke, don't try and fix it. You want to keep me down? Try and keep me down. See what my guard game's like. So, he sees that I'm getting better and better and better and better. So, what he wants to try and do is get me out early or get at me early.
It's Mayweather shit.
Exactly.
Mayweather,
so I'm like,
Mayweather Alvarez.
Chill, champ. Chill. Don't worry. Exactly what he did to Alvarez. Yep. He got him when he was still young because he
don't want to see Alvarez now.
Fuck no.
He handle Alvarez now. Mayweather,
not right now. Maybe old, like younger Mayweather, I can see him beating Alvarez, but right now, fuck no.
He'll figure it out.
But
I got so much faith in Mayweather. Man. I'm the biggest
Mayweather apologist.
Definitely.
I can say that as well.
I love Mayweather, and I feel like he's so goddamn smart. He'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But
and he's still working. You see him still hit the bag once in a while.
If
he wants to hit the bag, and I'm like,
he wants one. He just wants a big payday. He wants a challenge.
That's it. Simple as that.
Fight McGregor in a kickboxing match. I'm just saying.
Nah, you don't want that shit. The kicking is a whole different.
Even when a Kenshin fight, that was so atrocious. That was embarrassing.
Do you think that was fake?
Fuck yeah.
It was fake.
And you've
never seen a wrestler take a bump, bro? I see a million.
So here's my question, right? You've fought in Asia and you fought in a lot of these organizations, right? Mm-hmm. Is there more corruption over there?
Yeah, 100%. I fought in China.
Okay.
And there's a lot of corruption. Like, okay, so I'll tell you how sneaky they are. This is what happens. So
the Chinese, you mean?
Yeah, bro, honestly, so sneaky. So sneaky.
Chinese.
It's the businessmen, not the people as a general, but the business people there. Very, very sneaky. You see what they're doing all over the world, gentrifying the places. I keep saying I'm buying Auckland like I'm Chinese. Because literally, even in my neighborhood right now, I'm not against it. No, hey, ni hao.
Yeah, that's not
why jungle?
Okay.
Cultural. Hey, call me Mr. Worldwide.
Solid.
But, so yeah, like they'll take you on a tour. Like when I remember one time we were fighting. This is when I was still kind of like young. So they'll take us like there's the Chinese team, then the other side. They'll take the other side on a tour throughout the city on a hot day while we're cutting weight to go see these landmarks and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like. At one point, I'm just gonna taxi back to the hotel, and they said, "No, we need to go." I'm like, "Nah, fuck you. I'm going back to the hotel."
Right?
Because I don't exactly. Yeah. So that's what they're doing. They try and get, and that's the day before the weigh-in.
Oh, that's blood sport shit.
Exactly. So they
send a pussy. Remember in Bloodsport, they sent the pussy to Jean-Claude Van Damme's house. They're trying to train. Yeah. So they're trying to get the competitive advantage.
Exactly. So I've seen how they, and it is very corrupt. I don't know behind the back. In the back end, a lot of journeymen. They have it like for their main guys. They'll make them fight some guys who are going to take a dive, and they'll tell them take a dive in the second round, take a dive in the first round. And I've seen it. I don't want to drop names, but I've seen it many times.
Really?
And that's what they brought me over there for.
And you were like, "Nah, we're not doing it."
Oh, to take a dive or to
nah,
make
just
them
like
take a
just
dive?
for like a journeyman. They just thought, oh, we can get this guy to
Sell some tickets.
exactly,
come
and
do
then
something,
he'll lose to our best guys.
Yeah.
Eventually, it's like, oh shit. Welcome to our team. And New Zealand wasn't really promoting me at the time. No promoters in New Zealand were looking at me and like trying to promote me like they were the other big names over there. So I was like, well, fuck you guys, then I'm jumping ship. So I just went to China and I was on a Chinese team, rocking a Chinese flag. They gave me a Chinese name. I spoke the language a little bit. It was better when I was there. If I had a Chinese girlfriend, I would have got it better. But but like then they just
How does she say that hurts?
another story time. Okay. This is shout out to Blood Diamond. That's my teammate. Me and him. He was in China before me, so yeah. Me and him one time.
What she called her hymen.
It's about to get real problematic.
Okay, go.
Let's just say we're going. We're having a good time in town. You know, it was a nice night, and then fucked up off our faces, and we decided, you know what? Let's just end the night by going to a hotel in China where they have some extracurricular activities.
Yeah.
And then as soon as we I remember everyone, it was like busy lobby and shit. So like, but as soon as we went in, because in the mainland of China, it's two big black dudes.
Yeah.
So the lady stumbled to the counter and then no, meal. And then the taxi driver was like, okay, cool, whatever. Took another hotel, another spot. No, man. And then we started to get pissed off. And they asked the taxi driver, what the fuck? Like, we see people going in and out. And they said, no girl. I was like, and they're like, oh, because,
Son, they not built for him, bro.
We going in for so many beds. Like the dumb shit.
But like after that, I was just like, all right,
Haka bitches only. That's it. That's all you can do, bro.
Them Samoans are built for it, bro. These Asian chicks, not so much.
Man, China's crazy, man.
Really?
It was a crazy spot. Crazy time in my life. And even though I got fucked over in the end and I learned a lot, that's why I still don't trust promoters no matter what. I keep that same energy with promoters no matter what. Even in the UFC, the UFC has been good to me. They've been the best organization I've ever worked for.
Okay.
But I just know the relationship I have with them, and I know the relationship I have with my team and my crew and me. Because it's happened before many times. So I just... Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice or three times, well.
How do they fuck you over? How do these...
So the Chinese, example, they I had, I think 7 fights left on my contract. And I think it was 14 fights at first, so I blew through the first 7. And then the money jumped up. So then I fought. And then after that, it was like, okay, we can't get him a fight till... This is February, March. They said they couldn't get me a fight till October. And I'm like, what? And each fight at the time on the contract was I think... 28K US. So I was like, oh, fuck, okay, whatever. So I started to like dip into my savings and stuff like that. But I was like, man, just give me 3 fights. I don't need all 7 fights. Just give me 3 of them. I can, like, 28 times 3. That's
you can work. Yeah.
But then they were just making excuses and they stopped calling me and stopped like. So I was just like, fuck you guys then. And eventually, I think I got signed in December. So and my contract was going to end with them in 2018 February. But I just told them, look, you guys did not honor your part of the agreement. So fuck you. I'm out. And I just went with the UFC. And that was
so these promotional companies will sign you and then shelf you, but you're obligated to fulfill their promotional duties. So you're just kind of in this middle ground where you're wasting away.
So you just but I had with them, they were good in the sense where I was able to fight elsewhere except for China. No other promotion in China, so I could fight in Australia, Turkey, wherever. But still, the fact that they just shelved me like that and just like, I don't know why, if it's something I did or something I said, but for whatever reason they just shelved me and decided. And also the thing is, in China, they control the media, so their narrative is what they're gonna say. So I'm the bad guy. You know, but the smart ones, they proxy and they get to the Western world and the Western media and know what's actually happening. So I don't know what they've told the Chinese people about me, that maybe he switched sides or this and that. Because even I think when I fought Silver, they kept on replaying my knockout with the guy that was in Silver's corner. They kept on like pumping that out there. I'm like, what's your problem? Like,
the Chinese media was doing that.
Yeah, the Chinese. The company I was working for, I don't want to drop the name.
That's fine.
But like they kept on doing. I'm like, all right, whatever. I still won the fight, but they kept on like pushing that out there to try and like take away from my.
That's probably not on Chinese Google.
Yeah,
Chinese Google probably says you off.
That's not even Google. It's called Yuku or something.
Yeah.
How important is it now for you to control your narrative as an athlete?
100%, dude. I'm ahead of the game, kind of like you.
Yeah.
I'm ahead of the game, and I've seen one thing I can say I'm proud of is with my social media and everything. Never bought followers. A lot of fighters I know and models and whatnot, they buy followers to kind of like show companies and whatnot.
Yeah.
Do they? Wow.
All the time.
Wow. So I've never done that. I since China, I just knew this is the future of marketing. So I farmed it properly, and I used my own authenticity to do that with memes. And a lot of meme pages fuck with me. A lot of content makers fuck with me online. I'm not trying to be friends or cool with the guys on ESPN or
because they don't push it as much as the internet does.
Exactly.
And people could.
I already knew that one clip of yours. There was you were in one of the post-fight press conference or something. And you said something like they ran a train, and it was like I could even see you as you said it. You're like, "Oh, that's gonna be a meme," meaning, and that's free promo, right?
Exactly.
And then Twitter was like, "Yo, fam, what's Stylebender talking about?" But that's 10,000. Yo, but that's 10,000 people checking out this fight, and then immediately after that, they're like, "Wait, what happened in the fight?" And then boom,
So
it's this working that social media.
I don't even have to try anymore, man. Like literally, it's just
tool.
This
is it right here. Can we get the volume?
Yep. I just made myself laugh when I did it.
Let me see this. Where is it?
Good old Wi-Fi slow.
Son, yo.
You're not gonna break because I've had 8 guys, 10 guys. Let's say on a train, but training. Break me. That man can't break me.
Gay Twitter was like, "Give me a try." We gonna break you, Stylebender. I'm put the bend in Stylebender.
Yeah, I want to ask a question Andrew brought up. Maybe he's already asked you in person, but he said something about how you don't rarely see men give full effort on anything.
Yes, this is good.
Yeah.
And once you do that and come out the other side a winner, do you feel different?
Yeah.
Do you feel changed? How so?
You mean with this fight, like putting getting to that?
That 5th round.
Yeah,
That's
that
all
changed
hard.
me.
Nothing is left.
Not just as a fighter, but as a person.
Yeah.
As a person. Because even when I remember I was talking to Megan O'Leary after the fight, doing my interview. And I said to her, even right now, I can feel myself leveling up, like the XP. I just felt myself like just leveling up. Let's put it this way. Aside what Will Smith said, if we're running on a treadmill, just know that you're going to get off first. I will die on this treadmill. That was my mentality in that fight. And I knew I could get there. Like I said, Eugene in the 5th round before that was just like, go to that place. We need to go to that place because there's been times on the Airdyne, that's that bike with the fan, on the Airdyne, that I'm just like, I'm pushing, like with the heart rate monitor on, and it's just like, I can see it. Okay, normally I hang around. It's weird how the mind works, man. It's so weird because I'm pushing. And I'll be like 163 beats per minute. I'm like, fuck. And then I hit that wall. That's where my wall is, 163 beats per minute. Then I have to break past that wall every single time. And it'd be like 164. I'm just, and it might look like shit. It might look like, like just pushing it. But then it's just 67. Then when I get to the red zone, normally it's 172, 173 beats per minute. And that's hard to do, especially when I'm fit. It's hard to get to the red zone. And that's, you have to dig deep. You have to go to that place, like it says. And Brad Riddell, my teammate, he always says, go numb, bro. You know, go to the darkness, you know, make friends with the darkness. And I could hear him in my ear saying that as well when I was before that 5th round. So when I turned around, I looked at him. I never sat down during those. I never sit down. Just something about sitting down. I just feels like
between rounds, you're saying?
Yeah. Just, if you sit down, I just feel like your mind just, and then you have to get back up again. So for me, I never sit down. I just hang on the cage and I'm chilling, controlling my breath. And I turned around, I saw him, and he was game. He's got a good poker face. But my coach said that on the embedded before the fight as well. He said, he's not a guy you might take out with one shot. You have to accumulate it.
Right.
Just to keep touching him and never get discouraged. Don't worry, you're hurting him.
Right.
He's just going to poker face it.
Yeah.
And I looked at him and I said, Ekun, don't worry. I'm prepared to die. I said that. And I just honestly, I think I said it twice now. He came, put the pressure in that last round. But like I said, that was the whole sequence of that last round. I think I dropped him like 3 or 4 times. Yeah. I rocked him probably, I don't know how many times in that fight, but fuck, it changes you, man.
Honestly, yelling, like stop literally, the fight after
Joe Rogan. Yeah. Joe Rogan was screaming, "Stop the fight! Stop the fight! Screaming, stop the fight!" I even wondered, like,
if he dies, he dies.
When did he
Blue Chew with the blood. Yo, you gave him the blue chew.
You gave him the black chew.
The black chew.
When did you know in that 5th round, like, okay, now I'm not just believing I got him. I got him.
That was just before, as a combo, I hit him up before I went, let's go. Yeah. Like, come on. And I just knew. I was just, because there's a workout we have called Spider. We do it every Sunday in New Zealand because we try and correlate it with the time it's going to be in wherever we're fighting. So normally we do it on Sunday. It'll be in the afternoon. And from 5-round spiders suck. But
what is a spider?
Spider, it's just a circuit, like just the worst fight of your life. Pretty much like the worst fight of your life. It's where they run the
sparring.
Yeah.
So it's like you have
no sparring. There's no sparring. It's like a lot of wrestling.
So it's like different styles.
Yeah. So the first round itself, for example, round 1 it's upper body. Round 2 is lower body, and round 3 is a mix of both. So the first round would be a lot of band work, and it's like a set thing. And then after that, ball slams, and there's ring pull-ups, and then however it's 5 minutes on the clock. So however long it takes you to do that, then get to the wall, and then you have to just wrestle. I think 30 seconds each person. And if you're good, you can get through like maybe 8 people through that cycle of before the 5 minutes is up. And then after that, second round is legs. You do a lot of squats, split jumps, squat jumps, lifting, a lot of double legs, suplexes, single legs, a lot of wrestling, like stuff that's heavy on the legs. And third round, that's a lot of both, mixture of both. And then you do it again from round 1. So you do round 1 and 2 again to make it 5 rounds. But that third round, there's a bit at the end where you go on top. Because normally every fight, like, average is 3 rounds. So you go on top, and it's like maybe 30 seconds left, and then that's the workout done. But you have to finish the fight. And when I had him hurt, that was the mentality I had. I was just like, everything, all my soul, all the work, all the sweat, all the tears, everything, my whole mana, my whole spirit, I was just putting it into him, man. I wanted to kill him. I honestly, I don't say that lightly. It's kind of scary. I was like, I was trying to kill him. Like, I was like, because I was ready to die. I was ready to give my life for this. So
you said you or him at that point.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's dog
it's
eat dog.
on the rough to stop that
Yeah,
shit.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't care. I'm not gonna have mercy. I'm gonna go to the death. So I was ready to take him out completely, and I'm glad he's all right. You know, he went to the hospital after the fight, but I'm glad he's all right. I'm glad he's healing up well, and he's a tough dude, man. Like, these Mexicanos, man. I thought Tongas were tough. I thought Samoans were tough, but man, the Mexicans, yeah.
What happens when you give your all in the ring with another person and they give their all in the ring? What happens between you guys afterwards?
Right now, it's just that respect. Like, I can't wait till I see him again. Rematches, I'm always good at, but the respect.
Just like, in life, like in when you see him again. What is
like,
that?
It's like my brother.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. It's like my brother.
Why is there that intimacy? What creates that?
Just that bond that we know. Like, I can, every time I look at the mirror now, I just like, fuck. I'm sure this will leave a mark. I'm sure I've left some marks on his face, so I'd be like, That was from him. Like, there's this was from I can't remember. It's the moose knuckle. See
the moose.
So you can see, hey, if you look at my knuckles, there's a white one and there's that one. The left one. I remember.
I posted a picture of both of us. We're doing the what was it? The Rock.
The Rock Lee.
The Rock Lee, right? And we both have our hands like this. And one of the comments was, "My man need to fight a bottle of lotion."
Hey, I got ashy knuckles, man. Hey, you know what? I'm sparking these niggas, man. One side of fire. That's what's up. But yeah,
so there is an intimate connection. Like you often see this, and I think the average person doesn't get it, right? Yeah. But it's like you see after fights, these fighters, not everybody, but some fighters embrace. And my suspicion was always, you cannot have ego once you've laid it all on the line.
The walls are all down. There's no bullshit. There's no bullshit. You know who you are in there.
Yes.
You know who you are. Like in a fight, if you're a bitch, if you're a coward, it'll show. If you're cunning, it'll show. If you're smart, if you're brave, whatever you are, you can't hide. There's nowhere to hide at all in any aspect of that fight. So he's seen me. He's seen me, and I've seen him. Like that Avatar thing, I see you. You know what I mean? Like we see each other. So when I see him next time, it'll be like, yo, like even after the fight, like literally, I think I was on top of him.
There's a moment you guys kind of embraced.
Yeah, when I looked at him, I was like, he looked up like, dog. Like he just looked at me. I was like, yeah,
even above this, like above like the actual.
Fuck all this thing, man. But still, it's nice though.
It's nice. It's beautiful. But like what y'all did together, like they're gonna replay that fight
forever.
That last round forever,
dude. That's immortality.
Yeah.
We're gonna be immortal. Like that's the point. It's about those moments, man. Like I say, these are nice, but for me, I'm doing this thing for moments like that. I'm not gonna do those fights all the time. Trust me. Like I'm gonna make it a little bit quicker next time. And also, I'll tell you, he knows already, but like literally it's about those moments, creating those moments in time and history, capturing those moments, going to different lands and beating their best guys, you know, from and different body types from different martial arts, and then becoming out on top. I've been doing that for years, man. I've been doing that for years, so this ain't my first rodeo. So yeah, I keep doing it, you know.
There's something we were talking about yesterday, and you were talking about like spiritual growth, and there is. You've found out that your insecurity is also your fuel. And while you might want to address your insecurities, there is a fear that by addressing it and accepting it, you will remove the fuel that pushes you so hard.
So like I was talking to him, I can't remember how we got into that discussion, but I mentioned ayahuasca. Like,
yes, you were like trying DMT or trying ayahuasca.
I wanted to go to the jungle. I felt that calling to go to the jungle for so long, but I've always put it off because I feel like, well, what if I go there and I get the ultimate therapy and I realize a lot of my bullshit and I come out and I start to work on it and it makes me a better person. I work on myself now. It's always self-growth, but for me, I feel like I need that chip on my shoulder. I want those chips and dips on my shoulder just so I can like I can't
Tom Brady's
I don't want to
gotta
let go of
think.
it. It reminds me of Avatar. You know Avatar. So Prince Zuko, before he and Aang became friends, his source of firebending was his anger and his hatred of Aang because he wanted to claim his honor back. But then after he and Aang became friends, there was an episode where he couldn't firebend anymore because he's like, how can I firebend now? Now what? So then he had to go find the dragons that actually started firebending to teach him the true source of firebending, you know? But I don't want to go find the dragons yet. I like my insecurity. Trust me, let's put it this way. My insecurities used to control me, but now they don't. I control them.
Yes.
Yeah.
I control them. I use it when I want to use it.
When I was on Rogan, right? He said he smokes weed to make himself insecure.
Yeah.
And I go, what? I go, what? And he goes, yeah, it's like, it humbles me. I like giving myself that insecurity because I'm in a position in life where, so many people are probably praising me and telling me I'm great. And if you start to believe that,
you need that paranoia.
You can turn into a fucked up person. It's like, that's 100%. Why you're telling your boys, like, yo, don't treat me different. Because you treat me different, I could start believing this shit.
Because they're people I care about.
Yeah, it's like, yo, you got to be regular with me.
I mean, you said it in the video. It's like, you're never as good as you say you are. You're never as bad as everyone says you are.
All that matters is how you see yourself. Exactly. But like, even like that moment right there before the podcast, if I wasn't as objective as I am, that could get to my head and make me think.
And it's only gonna get worse.
She gonna get to your head. She gonna get to your head, fam. She gonna get that.
My girl gonna watch this be like,
You're gonna have to get used to it, bro. You gotta let her know. You were the star. You were the star, babe.
Well, she understands. But yeah. She knows
we was talking about that today with PJ.
Hey, tell her you a champ. You know what I mean?
Remember
she know about
cheating
him.
passes?
Oh yeah, we were talking about cheating passes, and it's like if you have a private jet, right? Like, basically this is the rule. You could maybe talk to your girl, see if she agrees with this, but like if she don't have to go through TSA. She got to put up with you getting some pussy on the side. Now, if you both are taking your shoes off and socks off and your wristbands off and all your belts and shit like that, then maybe there's some fidelity to that. But
what if you got your girl pre-check?
I'm saying
$180 a year to cheat?
That's boring though. Hey, black men don't cheat.
Let me tell you something. White men do. We bringing it back, baby. We bringing it back. All right, y'all must have forgot.
Community, man.
Y'all must have forgot, bro. I'm bringing cheating back. Cheating need to come back in 2019. Really, come on, say that.
Real
talk, bro.
I've seen you manifest a lot of things. If you can manifest cheating being okay, you the GOAT of everything.
This might be the easiest thing I bring back. Because really, all you got to be is around a bunch of dudes like, yo, should we get some pussy today? Why are we being faithful all this time?
Can't forget sides.
Y'all just eating steak every meal. Come on, bro. Get some broccolini.
Some garlic mashed potatoes. Delicious.
All right. So what happens? So what happens back home? Right? Mm-hmm. You haven't been back home yet.
Not yet.
Every time you go back home, it's a little bit more. Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you isolate yourself from it? And do you think that's the smartest thing to do?
So I sort of half and half both. So as soon as I get back, I know it's going to be crazy. I'll do my media obligations. But what I do normally is I go home first, see my dogs and cat. Shout out to Millie, Toothless, and Cinderoo. And after that, then I either go down the line to my parents' house in a little town called Wanganui, and I hang out there. That's where I kind of like grew up a little bit. And a lot of my friends actually are doing things with their lives. They've fucked off from that place because they needed to, move on. So I don't really leave the house much. I just like to stay home, chop some jollof, eat some semolina, egusi, all that kind of stuff, hang out with mom and pops. And then, I just stay away from everything. I can watch the world through this a little bit, but I act like I'm 18 again. I just sit on the couch, sleep.
But you were saying that like there's an experience that a lot of like rock stars and like rappers go through where it's like when you're fighting, that's the tour. And then when the tour ends, and rockers have written about this for years in their books, there's this down. And as high as the high, often
it's like coffee. Like for me,
yes.
February last year I signed the UFC, right? And then at my after party, I remember it was like 4 or 5 hours of just like just literally talking to people, and it was cool. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate this. I am grateful. Gratitude is my attitude. But at one point I was telling Andrew, I just sat down like in a corner by myself. Some guy ran through. He's like, "Bro, you all right?" He just happened to see me. I was like, "Yeah, I'm good. He's like, "Oh, what are you doing here by yourself?" The champ. I'm chilling. I just need some alone time. It's like, "Oh, I feel you, man. I feel you." And sat right next to me. Fuck it. And I just said at one point, I was like, "Dude, can you just give me 5 minutes by myself?" He's like, "All right." "Oh, bro, I gotta get a pic, man." I was like, "You don't really give a fuck about me, do you?" He's like, "Oh, no, bro, I'm just a big fan." I'm like, "Come here, yeah, let's get that pic." And that's it.
Good for you calling him out.
Yeah. No, I have to. Like, for me, I do that. Like, literally, I could be talking to you at a bar right now, and then someone just like, boom, 2 seconds.
Oh my God, that's probably Shorty right now. I heard y'all talking about cheating.
Who is this Puerto Rican bitch?
Let me tell you something.
She's like, "What's a Puerto Rican?" The fuck is that?
What?
What if she saw her and was like, "All right, you got that."
It's like, well, you didn't win this past weekend. I was like this one.
But what was I saying? I was saying about February. So after at the after party, when I got home, like I said, it's just like there's all the stimulus of like, people, "Oh, you're the man, you're this, you're that." And then I love going home because that's the first time I'm alone with my thoughts. A lot of people don't like being alone with their thoughts, but I do. I never used to, but now I do. I like my alone time. I like to just be and talk to myself. Not like all the time out loud. I do it a lot. I just look crazy, but a lot of times just body language. I'm dancing. I'm just feeling myself. I'm in my head. This is like 3 a.m. sometimes. But then in February, after my debut, I realized I came back and I was just sad. And I was like, why am I sad? There's nothing to be sad about. I just fucking made my UFC debut, made a bonus on my debut as well, stole the show. But I'm sad and I didn't understand it. But I just, okay, I'm gonna start. And shout out to one of my exes as well. Like, she kind of like pushed me, like, you know, after that, because we broke up, because I just couldn't handle being with someone or loving someone, because I didn't really love myself at that point. So I just felt, and then
it's a big
she was like, yeah, you know, she was, but she's like, you need to see someone. She really cares. She's like, you need to see someone. I was like, all right, okay. So I went to therapy, and one of my exes before that, so you kind of said the same thing, like you should go see someone. And then I started talking, you know, just downloading my emotions. Then I fought in Arizona, came back, same thing. And I was like, fuck. Really, nigga? All right. And that main event in Vegas, fucking owned that one as well. Came back and I'm like, fuck. And then I'm still seeing the therapist, going through it, talking about what's going on in my life personally and professionally. And then eventually something kind of clicks a little bit, and I'm like, okay, cool. So I was like, New York. I knew, okay, this is it, New York. I'm gonna, you know, I know this is gonna happen. So it's like I'm bracing for the impact. So I come back from New York, I'm bracing for impact. It didn't affect me.
Why?
Because I already I think 3rd time's the charm or 4th time or whatever. But like, I just knew, I was like, okay, I know what to expect now. I know what to expect. And I told my therapist, like, yeah, I was ready for it. So I knew how to handle it. I think I'm gonna be all right. Oh, so when I was in New York, I saw this video, right? It's an experiment where this guy's in Times Square. I saw it years ago. He's in Times Square and he's just walking around in the daytime, just doing him, you know, just being himself. Then no one pays him attention. Then he goes there at nighttime with the illusion of fame. He hires paparazzi, security guard, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. You'd be surprised how many people do this shit too.
Yeah, and like literally, and then like literally, people, and everyone starts taking photos and videos, and he's just the same dude, you know, in the same spot, just put the facade on. And then the interesting thing to me is, I even have this on my highlights in my Instagram, so you can check that out. The PSA, there's a long text next to it, just explaining my point of view. So like, they're asking people like, what do you know? Say David. What do you know David from? They're like, oh, you know, I liked him in Spider-Man. I think he's a good actor. And it's like, you know, it's like that children's tale, the King's Robe.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then like
the King's Clothes, right?
The King's Clothes, yeah. And then like some guy was like, oh, what do you think of his last album? And the guy was like, oh, well, I didn't really hear the album, but I heard the single on the radio. I think it's pretty good. I'm gonna check the album out though. I'm like, you're lying through your teeth.
You do a good American accent, by the way. Yeah. That was a good American accent.
Yeah, but like, literally, it was bizarre to me. And then when I was in New York, before the fight, I was doing some promo for my clothing brand, Engage. Shout out to Engage. And so there was like 4 cameras around me. Then the UFC embedded people around me. And I'm just doing a photo shoot right in Times Square for it. And then I started to like see people look at me. And I was just like, no fucking way. No fucking way.
Shit.
Same exact thing in the same exact place. How the fuck? And then some people start coming to take photos with me and stuff. And I'm just like, all right. I'm just smiling. And at one point I asked the guy, like, do you know what I do? He's like, you a fighter? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I'll just take a photo anyway. I still take a photo. But like, literally.
You know how many times I've taken photos with people and then afterward they're like, what's your name?
Yeah.
I had a girl.
That's me for
another story, man. The best comeback I think I've done so far with this is because like there's like 5 people, 3 guys, 2 girls, and this one girl, bad chick. But then I walk in the bar and it's like, oh, all the guys start like just gushing over me and the attention goes away from her. And you know me, I don't really want the attention. I don't need the attention. And then she's just like, I could just see from my peripheral, she's just drunk and just like, and comes up like, who are you? I'm like, nobody, baby, don't worry. And then like I'm still talking to the guys, they're taking photos and I'm just chopping up with them a little bit before I leave. And then she really wanted to let me know she didn't know who I was. She's like, does it suck to have someone not know who you are? And you know what I did? I was like, baby,
you sounded pretty white.
I don't know who you are. And I just walked off. Oh, fuck, man. I love that. I was like, I don't know who you are. I don't need you to know. It was something like, I don't know you. I'm sorry.
She played herself, though.
Yeah. She played herself, yeah.
Wilding out, you got recognized a lot. One girl was like really freaking out and her friend didn't know who she was. And then literally she just goes, oh, he's famous? I want a picture. And one of the few times I was proud of myself with this, I go, no. And then I took the picture with her friend. I was like, you don't know who I am. You're not getting a fucking picture.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
What's
phony.
the point? That's fake.
She was livid, but I was really proud of myself.
Yeah. Respect.
Hey.
She had to be white too, right?
No, she was black.
Oh, really?
I couldn't let my mom see me in that picture.
I thought that was the real reason. You know that shit's coming. God damn, you wouldn't just put out black queens. I guess.
There's a. I was talking to Brendan Schaub. You know Brendan from
Brendan, I know
Fire
Brendan,
Kid,
yeah.
And
We have history. Mm-hmm.
oh, do you guys?
Yeah. Oh, it's a long story. Don't worry.
What happened?
He's a good guy now. We squashed it.
Okay,
but
good.
Cool.
I love Brendan.
Yeah, he's cool.
And he had an interesting point about fighters.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, fighters are different than every other athlete because you have to compute their willingness to be punched in the face into the equation, right? And it sounds crazy to think about, but it is a specific difference than, and football comes close because there's the potential concussion. There's a little bit of, basketball doesn't come anywhere near it. Like when you play basketball, you can be incredibly athletic and you can get the skill set. But we say things like, yo, Russell Westbrook got heart. Does he? Because he jumps for a ball.
Really
he doesn't get kicked in his mouth.
Yeah.
So
there's levels to heart.
There's levels to heart, right? And it's so when you're dealing with
willing to
fighters,
die for that free throw?
No.
I was willing to die.
They say they are, but your life is never really put on the line.
It never is. So they don't truly know. And it was an interesting thing that I never even thought of. He goes, the fighter, the mentality of the fighter. Like if you take a fighter's like athleticism, he would break down. He goes, listen, I was in these like NFL combines and that kind of shit. I played practice squad and teams. I've never seen athletes like this, but they couldn't be fighters. I go, what do you mean? And he goes, they just don't have.
They're just built different.
They don't have that bit up here.
Yeah.
They're not willing to go there to have it, and vice versa. It's like he's like, and fighters couldn't be athletes in the NFL. They don't have
every other sport.
Yeah.
Soccer. I'm Nigerian. 2 left feet, honestly.
Bro,
big and black. I can dunk.
My dad would interview Ali all the time, right? Yeah. And he's like, once someone had Ali throw a football at him or something like that, and he threw like a girl. And my dad's looking at Ali like this is the
most masculine guy on earth.
Most masculine guy on earth. The greatest physical specimen that he had ever seen in terms of athleticism, right?
Couldn't toss a football.
He couldn't toss a football with he threw it kind of like a girl. And he was like just baffled. He couldn't understand it. And Brendan pointing that out was very interesting. It is a different, I even asked you last time you were here, and I was like, are you like the first wave of elite athletes that has entered the sport? And you're like, I'm not elite, I'm just like a skinny guy.
Yeah,
I go,
I'm the runt of the Nigerians. I'm the runt of my people. But it's interesting you say that because when I started fighting, right, look, I got nice teeth, straight teeth.
Great teeth.
But
not gonna front. Great teeth.
look at y'all again. Look at y'all again.
It's the champ, dog. Like, me and that Puerto Rican gonna box it out. Bitch trying to take my
No, but like for real, my biggest fear.
Back in, bro.
She went in. She looked good, bro. She's like, hey, you guys still here? Oh, wow. That's so crazy. Oh, sorry. Wow.
No, but like literally.
Why was you having so much fun in there without me? Like, she's already jealous. She's already an angry Puerto Rican.
Already claiming and shit.
My car's already scratched outside.
Put a baby seat in there though for good measure.
No, but my biggest fear because of my teeth was like, man, I'm gonna get my teeth knocked out one day. So there was a point before my first fight. I just decided like, this could happen, but that's okay. There's veneers, I can get it fixed. I was broke at the time, but I'm sure my dad would have paid for it or something. But like, yeah, that was a thing I had to go get over in my second fight. So my first fight was like a novice fight. My first coach was shout out to him, but he was crazy. He was fucked in the head. He put me against a guy who was supposed to weigh 80 kgs. Did not weigh 80 kgs. He was like, I'll put the video up one day.
We're from America, so what you just said means absolutely nothing to us.
About 180 or something like that.
Yeah, 180 pounds, yeah.
When you said 80 kgs, I just imagined 80 kilograms of cocaine, and I was like, how much would that be? I know what it looks like visually, but what is that in person?
176
pounds.
176,
So
okay.
imagine I'm 176, right? And that was on the same day weigh-in, and this guy comes in, and he did not look 176. He was probably about 205, 205 pounds. And I was taller than him, but after that fight, I remember like just my spirit grew like, man, I want more of this. I was 6 weeks after training, 6 weeks into my training. And then like my second fight, dude puts me in a fight with a full tie rules. So that's elbows and everything. So that's going from 16-ounce gloves, no knees to the head, shin pads, big shin pads, and then my second fight ever is full tie rolls, 10-ounce gloves, no shin pads, elbows, knees, and in the last round, I still won that fight. The guy had like 12 fights, and that was my second fight. I still beat him. But in the last round, there was one point he had me down and kneed me in the face, in the mouth actually, and for about 3 weeks after that fight, I kept on like, because it felt loose, but it was strong. I don't know if you guys ever been punched in the teeth. It felt loose, but I was just like, okay, it's still there. But after I overcame that fear, I was like, I'm fine. People think getting punched in the face is hard. It's easy. I don't like it. Trust me.
Yourself.
I was about to say, like, I don't like it.
Honestly, like, even
I've
I
never
told
been a
Andrew,
fan.
he should not have touched me with that jab. And Eugene, like 2 days later, texted me. He was real frustrated. He was like, he was like, I know one. No. Another one. No, but Eugene already texted me. He's like, fuck. Like,
Yo, everyone
like
about to be pregnant in New Zealand. They don't even know, man.
I'm gonna make it all black. No, but
Ayabiakun. What is that again?
Ayabiakun. Yeah. But so what was I saying? Lost my train of thought.
You're about your teeth, and then you got over the fear.
Over the fear, and damn it, I'll give him a punch to the head too much.
You said you shouldn't have touched it with the jab.
Yeah, the jab. Yeah, shouldn't have touched me with the jab. And then Eugene hit me up 2 days later. I was like, fuck. Like in hindsight, like it was there all along. It was right in our face, but we didn't see it. And it's a trick that I know. He knows. He uses it against me. Guys in my gym shorter than me use it against me, and I normally take care of it very well. But yeah, next time, like all my rematches, I do way better than. I do way better than the first fight. But yeah, so we figured it out why he touched me as much as he did. And eventually at one point I just stopped respecting his jab, and that was dumb of me. I was like, okay, I don't have to. But the left
jab,
hand,
he's a one-handed guy. Yeah. I was surprised that he hit you with enough power to drop you in the first with the hook.
That hook, that was nice.
It was a nice hook, but like he has that beautiful overhand right.
Yeah, left.
Left, like southpaw. And he's got great head movement.
Yeah.
You can't take it away from him.
It was like a fly. It was trying to hit a fly, like trying to sort a fly. And at one point, I think maybe in the second round I started timing it right, and I was like, okay. Then the third round I timed it way better, and fourth, so I just got better as the fight progressed.
Also, when you chop down the leg,
when
you chop down the leg, and then it took that little move. I don't know if you want to give it away. We don't have to give it away.
Have to give it away.
All right, we don't give it away. My brother.
Yeah.
So,
see, actually, Andrew, like when I said it to him, he's like, "Is it the?" And I was like,
yeah,
what?
Andrew grew up in
He's
fighting.
a student of the game, man.
Yeah, he knew. So I was like, damn. Like, he actually said,
to be honest with you, I don't know.
He said it word for word, like what my coach exactly said. He's like, "Is it the?" I was like, how'd you know? Like, it made me respect his game, his IQ, his fight IQ. So
that's my thing. It was like when I saw the fight on paper, I was like, oh, you're just gonna pick this guy apart.
Yeah.
And then I was watching, and I was like, ooh, interesting. The distance is a little bit different than I imagined it being, but the way you mitigated it when you started chopping down that fucking leg,
on the inside,
and that's why you win rematches.
I
because
progress. I'm better. I'm learning. I'm
it's
like
a scientific
copycat
fight.
ninja.
Yes.
I take it, bro. I take everything I get.
That's what
better
Mayweather
and
does. This is what I love about Mayweather, right? I love the fact
I love Mayweather. I've been watching for
pieces
years.
you apart. He takes it, and so here's the thing with a guy like Gastelum, he is a one-trick pony with a great trick.
That's what I mean.
But once you learn the trick, he doesn't have the other gear. Mayweather got 20 gears. Somebody said this about Khabib too. They were like, I was like, tell me what he's elite at, and they were like, you gotta understand.
He'd take you down, smash. He smash.
But he also has 20 ways to do it.
Yeah.
And whereas a bunch of guys might have 3 ways. Like you even said, Gastelum has that roll, so you knew the roll that he had. And
we practiced it. I haven't used it on my teammates, and we knew the defense for it. But he got it in the sequence, like on the fly. It wasn't like a static position, and then he does it,
right?
Because that's how he normally does it. Catches everyone else with it. Did it like static, but he just did it on the fly.
Yeah.
As I jumped in for that guillotine, and he was good at it. I said one trick, but really, really, really.
But it's a good trick.
Yeah.
But once you find out that trick, and if he doesn't have another gear, it ends up being short. You know, and that's why. Listen, I don't know a lot about the next guy. I think you were going to fight
Robert.
I'll
tell you one thing. He don't want to fight me. I already got. The streets is talking, man. I got my ears to the streets. I know what's up.
What's the street saying, bro? What's the street saying?
Let's just take a little bit of a break, though.
Yeah.
You
my man, trust me. Hey, no, dude, I know everything they're gonna try and do right now because he just had a fucking surgery.
Yeah.
He's cleared to fight. He's healthy.
Yeah.
And guess what? I know they're gonna try and they're
gonna try and gas you for the fight
exactly.
right now.
Fuck out of here. You ain't done shit in the last how many years? 2 fights in 3 years?
Yeah.
Fuck off. You want to tell me? I've been fighting my ass off. I've actually been working.
Yeah.
I'm the fucking champ. That's it.
Yeah.
So he's gonna have to sit the fuck down.
How long do you think you want to sit? Because I know you plan everything.
October. I think October will be good. Maybe September, but we'll see.
Good.
We'll see. Because look, my health
after fighting, there's more to life. Like I said, I love this. I'm grateful for this life, but I can't wait till this shit is done and I can just fuck off. There's a lot of things I want to do. I want to start a family. I want to have my wits about me. So I'm not going to be one of these guys who just, after the fight like this, I don't have these fights often, I'm just going to jump back into the training camp.
Yeah.
So how long you want to rest?
I'm just going to chill. I'm still going to just train for upskilling, not really like the air dyings and the, fucking running the train with my niggas and shit. But like just having fun. I'm just gonna.
That's running a train with your dude. What's more fun?
It's that white boy fun. Let's go. Hey. I got my Vans on. What's up? Alrighty then.
Oh, God damn.
Well, brother, man, we're so grateful that you came, man.
Thank you
so
having
much
me.
for being
I keep
part
that
of
same energy, man.
son.
As always, bro.
I'm so fucking stoked for you, man. I was so goddamn excited, man, and it's amazing to see. It's amazing to see people fulfill their destiny, and people realize that a lot of times your destiny is not necessarily a passive journey, but an active journey.
100%.
And when people become engaged in what they can and are supposed to and destined to do, it's a powerful thing.
It is inspiring. Sitting both you guys, I say this as your friend for a decade.
Yeah, bro.
I've known this guy since fucking over a decade now. And when you watch people, and I've seen it shift in the past 6 months. Like, I think success started to happen, and then it started to click for him. Since you've come here, whatever you said has happened.
Yeah.
And it's inspiring to watch people. And it makes you like, my mom believes in the secret super hard.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. But then when I see people
Once you see it in action,
manifest, they put something out there and then they manifest it through work, through
like
hard
Neo
work.
today. Look at that nigga.
That's what I'm saying. Yo, it's inspiring, for real, to watch both you guys.
That's the thing.
Speaking things to existence, next time you come here,
Yeah.
you're gonna make space for 2 belts.
Hey.
We're gonna pose this title right here, right next to it.
With the new
2 belts and a Puerto Rican. Little baby half Puerto Rican.
Real talk, man.
Pequeño.
The squad. You got some Spanish there.
It is. Mr. Worldwide.
But real, the squad it's amazing to see how people come together and how people find each other, and like it's amazing to see how the winning is happening, man. And this shit happens organically. I mean that really with everybody in this room. It's like you could see right now we are at the precipice of the next generation of entertainment in our field.
Facts.
And we're gonna look back on this in 5 years and be like,
remember we was all just sitting in this room.
But we're gonna look back and go, yo, we did it.
We're the ones doing that. We're
did it.
pushing the culture forward.
That's
right?
it.
In different levels, different
every
places.
way, shape, or form.
Yeah,
like every
facts.
one of us is doing
It's
something that
going
is
down.
fucking taking shit to the next level.
100%.
It's really fucking
So
exciting.
I'm fucking so excited for you, my brother. Thanks so much for coming
Thank you guys,
on, my
man.
man. All right,
Appreciate you
this
guys,
has been
man.
Flagrant 2.
Yes, sir.
Izzy Adesanya. Tell them where they can find you, dog. Stylebender on everything.
At Stylebender on Instagram, on Twitter. I still like porn stars pictures, so don't go
to the following side. Just keep it on the right side.
They about to start liking them back.
I've been hit up a couple times already. I'm like,
yes, sir.
Who's in the DMs, bro?
Hey, Vegas a wild place, man. It's a wild place.
I'm just saying, hey, black men don't cheat. That's all I'm gonna say.
Facts.
All right, man. Peace. Keep it tight.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Saturday.
Oh,
Tune
yes.
in to Twitter. I'll be doing play-by-play commentary for the Jordan Brand Classic.
Yeah.
On the boys and the girls game in Vegas.
Yeah.
So make sure you tune in for that shit.
Absolutely,
and
man.
Support and shit. And yeah.
Yo, keep it tight. Let's support. Get on Twitter. Let
Don't
them
be
know.
a shit cunt. Be a good cunt.
Be a good cunt. DeAndrewSchultz.com for all my dates coming up. The Matador tour.
dope.
Make
Good
sure.
cunt.
Make sure you check out Engaged.
That's what that Puerto Rican got.
That good cunt.
Yo, check out Engaged,
Bueno
man.
punto.
Support the Engaged. What is it? It's Engaged at
Engage.
Engage
www.engageind.com.
and then you could get it on Instagram too.
Yeah,
Engaged.
Engage IND.
We gonna
on
cop.
Instagram.
About to get some shit tonight.
Yeah, we
bro.
gonna get some
Go
shit.
on my page, link in my bio, like a hoe, sip tea.
Yeah.
You know what it is.
Yes, sir.
Akaash, you will be in Houston.
I'm at Houston tonight. If you're listening to
Oh,
Interview
okay.
the Day, it drops 10 o'clock p.m. The Secret Room.
Come out to the secret group.
And Caroline's,
Secret group.
Group.
Yeah.
Caroline's Friday, April 26th and Saturday, April 27th. Come
Yo,
through.
man. So that's it, man. Keep it tight.
So
Peace.
you gonna button it like a lope?
bless.
Yeah. Keep the top button over.
Respect the gas
It is.
She got me wet.